And don't worry too much, and you cannot be obsessing over the fact that it's taking a bit slower. It's taking a few months slower, even years, which results in you not achieving anything. Knowing there are a million possibilities but not a single promise of the future leaves almost everyone with this two-worded question. What if? What if I can become a doctor? What if I can solve world hunger? What if I can become the US president by 30? What if I can bring back dinosaurs? We were all told to dream big as kids, but how big is too big? I want to do everything, so I do nothing. I'm sure we've all heard this before. And if you're like me, I am tired of the same generic explanation every single time. You just have too much options. Life is just too short. You don't want it bad enough. But here's what I actually realized about the theory and how to cure it. Every January, everyone gets a sudden burst of motivation. Suddenly, everyone is at the gym. Suddenly, everyone's making vision boards. Suddenly, everyone's waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning. And we're all familiar with this. We all know this concept. It quickly dies out. The motivation fades after 1 or 2 months, maybe even a few weeks. And we know this, but every year it's the same. We get the motivation, we do everything as best as we can. We make that vision board for that year, visualize how we want our dream life, we write it down on a piece of paper and manifest it, right? Isn't that the correct thing to do? After a few weeks, everything just falls into place. Well, you're back to your old habits. You're back to binging Netflix every single night. You're back to eating unhealthy. You're back to skipping workouts. And it all seems normal. It's as if this is how it's supposed to be programmed. But why can't we understand this better? Because that motivation that you get at the beginning of the year can be really helpful to bring you along throughout the year. But the problem is, everyone gets this motivation and suddenly they want to become everything. It is not long because January is not the whole year. There is still February, March, April, December to come. There's no such thing as the February rush. There's no such thing as the September rush. When you start imagining, when you start dreaming about too many things, your mind starts getting overwhelmed and you end up not doing anything. Your brain gets stretched into so many ambitious plans that it sticks to none. Then, how are we supposed to fix this? First of all, why do you want those things? You know what you want. Okay, you want to become a doctor by 20, you want to have a good husband, you want to have kids by 25, you want to have financial freedom by your 30, you want to have 10 Lamborghinis in your garage, and you want to have a beach house in Malibu. Dream big, yes, but do big? Even yeser. All you're doing is planning. If all you're doing is imagining, if all you're doing is manifesting, you are never going to get those goals you want. Because things happen not because we think of it. Things happen not because we say about it. Things happen because we do it. When you do something, you put it into reality. If you're just talking about it, if you're just writing about it, you are just getting this energy. You are getting this energy that you are in some way getting it. But you're not getting it. It's not in the reality. Manifesting is good. Journaling about it is good. But if you're not doing anything towards it, nothing is happening. And like I said in the beginning of this video, how big of dreaming is too big? I'm not saying that you should not dream big because there are millions of possibilities. But once you have these possibilities that you've written down, perhaps, that you've prayed about, even, you also have to get realistic. And I know it's hard to get realistic, and some of us don't want to get realistic. And we know it because deep down, we don't believe that we ourselves can get $1 million by 20. Deep down, we ourselves don't believe that we can get a partner in the next 2 years. So, yes, you do have to be realistic about your goals. Be present and know that those dreams of yours, you know that they are possible. You know that they are achievable. If you're trying to work towards something right now, you actually have to be realistic. Remember, doing more is less, but doing less is more. What do I mean by this? I mean that if you're doing multiple things at once, those things just keep your life unbalanced and will stress you out. You ultimately getting none of it. When you try to do two or more big things at once, you can get it, I guess. There's a very low chance, but once you do get it, it won't be the optimal version. It won't be the maximized version. Compared to if you just did one thing, but you gave it your best, you gave your efforts, you gave all you can do. So, would you want five mediocre things or one really special and maximized thing? Once you specialize in one thing, it will give you the best outcome. Then, if you were to do 10 things and give in your minimal effort, you won't feel as satisfied. Maybe you can be that perfect person that you have imagined in your mind. Maybe you can speak 10 languages. Maybe you are able to travel the 7 continents. Maybe you are able to see every single animal in this world. But if you aren't focused with one thing right now, you are getting none of it. You won't get there if you're not focused on something. When you put your time, effort, sweat, blood, and tears into so many things, you're only giving them a little effort because you can't give your all into many things. Let's say you have one cake, one birthday cake. You have 10 friends to give those cake slices to, but their slices would be smaller compared to if you had one cake and you just had 2 friends to share it to. Then those 2 friends will get bigger slices than those if you had 10 friends. Because when you do less things, you put more energy and effort to them. You value them more. You cherish them more. You actually put in more effort unconsciously because you know those are the only things that you are doing. And when you're focused on them, you're giving your all, you're doing your best. But if you're doing many things, you know that there are a lot of possibilities. You know that if this doesn't work out, I have this, I have this, I have this. When you have so many plans, so many dreams, you become focused to none, which results in you not achieving anything. And once you have so many things to think about, you will never feel like you've achieved enough. If I don't write a book by next year, I'm a failure. If I don't get married by I'm 25, I'm a failure. If you're thinking with that mindset, you will never feel achievable and you'll never feel like you achieved anything. You need to have a flexible mindset. Yes, be focused on something, work towards it. But if it happens slower, it is okay. As long as it happens, as long as you are achieving it. As long as you believe that you are going to achieve it, you are going to achieve it. But if it does not happen as quickly as you expect it to be, it is fine, and you cannot be obsessing over the fact that it's taking a bit slower. It's taking a few months slower, even years. It does not matter, and you cannot give up. Ask yourself, what do you really want? Do you actually want it, or is it because you see other people having it? Sometimes you don't actually want the things you say you do. You don't actually want to become a doctor, but because your cousin is a doctor and your mom keeps talking about it, you feel pressured like you have to become one too. Other people's definition of success is not ours. We have our own lives different from other people, so we cannot be comparing our timeline with theirs. It does not matter if they're a billionaire, multi-trillionaire. You have your own definition of success. I have my own. We are running our own marathons. Life is not a race and not a game to compare with each other. It's a game when we're playing by ourselves. It seems multiplayer, but it's actually single player. It's human to always want more, but don't let it overwhelm you or distract you. Be open minded to them, but don't obsess. Don't get attached. Do not restrict yourself to dream big. Dream big, but do actions today that will gradually lead you to it. Because, like I said, life is a marathon, not a sprint. And truly, take it day by day. Focus with yourself on the present. And don't worry too much. Don't worry about life too much. And appreciate your small wins and milestones. Because we get so caught up in the future sometimes that we don't even realize that we are making progress. We are reaching our goals. And if you could take one thing from this entire video, it is to remember to feel enough right now, but know that you are always going to get better. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something valuable, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!